we had a few things out there, didn't come to fruition, but at the end of the day, we'll continue to look here. We got free agency on Monday, and we'll see if there's anybody there that we can entice to come to Seattle, and we'll go from there.
Ron, a couple players from your own backyard as well. You're obviously able to see them more, but what does that say about the growing state of hockey in the Pacific Northwest?
Yeah, our player development staff is really pleased. They don't have to travel as far to go see our players now, some of our players. So, no, listen, the WHA has always been a good league, and the cities around Seattle have always had real good teams and good players. So, we're excited first and foremost to get a good hockey player, and then, it's an added bonus for us to get a kid that's playing in the state of Washington for sure.
Catton had a monster season offensively. After a couple more years of development, what kind of role do you hope that he can fulfill at the NHL level?
Hopefully another monster season in the NHL. Yeah, no, he's, we think he's a really high-end skilled player. You go back to the link a couple years ago, I think he had 9 goals in that tournament. So he probably would have been a big part of the U18 team this year, but he was injured at the end of the season, missed that tournament over in Europe. But we think he's got elite hockey sense. He's got high-end speed. He's got a real good skill set, and he can score goals. He can make plays, and he's a highly competitive kid. So we're excited to have him join our organization, and look forward to working with him.
You got any other prospects who are in the system already a little closer that might be making a step this year?
Well, Riker Evans was kind of up and down last year. I think he's ready for a full-time spot this year. I would assume Shane Wright's ready for a full-time spot this year. One guy that had a real good playoffs was Ryan Winterton. He got a little taste with us at the end of the year, but I think he's sort of knocking at the door. And the good thing is, we went to the Calder Cup Finals 2 years ago with the third oldest team in the American League, and we turned it over, brought in a lot of our young prospects. We're the 20th oldest team this year, and got back to the Calder Cup Finals. So I think that says a lot about our young kids that we have coming. And I hate picking 1 or 2 or 3 because we have so many of them, and you leave out other ones. But there's a lot of good pieces in our pipeline, and we're excited to work with these kids and help them get 3 via Seattle Kraken and play in our market.
Do you think, I don't know to what extent the size element obviously was a discussion point among, do you think that is a bit of an overblown thing when you're looking at forwards that teams tend to overemphasize lack of size, or how big a player is?
No, I think, myself included, I think size is important, but, you're also looking at a lot of other factors that a player has. Does he have great speed? Does he have great hockey sense? Does he have a skill set that can produce, both goals or assists? And, is he a guy that has a high level of compete? So if he gets, sort of knocked down or bumped, he's going to get right back into the fight. And in the case of Berkeley, we had no questions about any of those areas. So if it was, 6'1", we're probably not getting him at 8, but we got him at 8, so we're excited about it.
Ron, you had a couple players who played this past season with existing Kraken prospects. As this prospect pool gets bigger, is that an asset? Does that help as you're trying to develop players and get bigger and bigger in the pipeline?
Yeah, no, we want to create an atmosphere and a culture in Coachella Valley where these kids come in and they understand this is about development, but it's about winning as well. And we think our organization, our ownership has provided outstanding facilities in Coachella Valley with our weight room and how we treat our players, and we think it's a great place to play. Our fans down there have been tremendous and supportive of the team. So we want to continue that and actually having guys there and transitioning guys that have played there as new guys come in again this year. We'll get another slew of our draft picks coming in. So it's exciting to make sure we're having success and developing those players the right way.
Going back to talking about some size and physicality, what struck you about the net front presence that a guy like Julius Mietman brings?
As I said, I saw him earlier in the year up in Everett, and was just impressed with. He's got the size. He's got a solid two-way game. Thinks the game very well. So, it's harder and harder to get to the front of the net in the NHL. So, if you got a big guy that can find his way to the front of the net, that's never a bad thing.